So, good morning to you peeps. Liesl here once more on a sunny Tuesday morning in sunny England. And as promised, slightly delayed, we are coming together today for the first of 2025's Quaint England points of historical interest. So enough from me. I see that Annie, my mountain bike, she's waiting for us over there. So yeah, I thought we'll start this now. So here we are. And I do have a little bit of information about this windmill for us. So I've brought my selfie stick to try and keep the camera a bit more steady today. But it is absolutely freezing. It was 0 degrees centigrade when I left, which is about 30 Fahrenheit. I think it's about 35 Fahrenheit now. So 2 or 3 degrees. And there we have it. There's the windmill at New Bradwell. So this is New Bradwell windmill. If I just let you get a little look at that there while I refer to my notes. There we go. You can see it's quite a magnificent construction, and has been restored actually over the last 20 years. Yeah, so enough from me and straight in. Okay, the site where we are stood, I'll give you a quick panoramic. You can see the housing estate over there, a few trees, and that is the little town there of New Bradwell through the trees. This land, an acre of land on this site, was bought by Samuel Holman in 1803. Yep. And basically this windmill was built and I think fully functioning by 1805, to the best of anyone's knowledge anyway. And it is sited right next to the very famous in the UK Grand Junction Canal, which obviously was part of the trade network in the days before the motorway, the freeway, even trains, to be honest. Yeah, and this windmill was built about the same time. Yeah, because basically the Grand Union, or the Grand Junction, it's known by both names, was newly opened around that time, I think. So anyway, enough on that. Yep, let's take a closer look. And it was a working windmill right up until 1879, when the final miller left it, who was a Mr. Robert Saxby. So he was the last miller to actually mill in here. Yeah, and then I think it sat basically in becoming a bit of a ruin until the 1970s, when the new city of Milton Keynes was built, which is where I live. I grew up in this area, which is to the north of Milton Keynes, but I live right in the centre now. Yeah, when it was basically taken over by what was then the Development Corporation, being that it was a new city, it had a development corporation. Now the windmill is owned by Milton Keynes Council. I do know because I came here almost 50 years ago actually with the school, 1977. Yeah. And we went inside. They do open it on selected Sundays, and if you're in the UK and you're interested, it's all on the website anyway. Just look up New Bradwell Windmill and you should find it. I can hear pigeons cooing somewhere. I don't know if they're lofting inside, but that's interesting. Now here's one of apparently 3 of the original millstones. I imagine that's 2 of them there, and there's a fragment over here. I did find from a quick Google search that yeah, there are 3 stones that were found on this site. 2 of them having been made in France, and 1 having been made in the Peak District of Derbyshire. So there's the 2. I think the other one might be around the other side. Let's take a little walk anyway. So we've got a bit of a muddy track. You can see the lovely old stone wall there. Very nice actually. if you're a bit of a history nerd as I am. So yeah, there's people's gardens there, so I won't film in there, privacy. But here's the back of the windmill, and you can see very similar with the tower. It's beautiful. Let's go up the steps, shall we? Obviously you can't get in at the moment, but you can see how that's a fairly old wooden door there. Yeah, I don't think they opened this one. I think it's just the front one that they open. When this is open to the public on selected Sundays, which is very British, I know. You can see they've restored the wall there. That's nice. It was in a much worse shape when I came with the first school when I was a nipper. It's about 7 or 8 years old, I think. Nice little view of the sails there. They were fully restored, all the sails, some of the brickwork, and I think the windows. Although the windows were still fairly intact, even before they really came to renovate this. And yeah, so really, we arrived back at Annie. Oh, one thing. Yes, there's a quarter of a stone here. So this might be one of the legendary 3. I don't know. But yes, unfortunately, littering. But I can't find a litter bin here, to be fair. Otherwise I would sort that out. But yeah, the council being what they are, they'd probably accuse you of dropping it yourself and then fine you £100. You know, they're a bit like that. Dare I say that? I don't know really. I said it, so there it is. Quite an unusually sunny day for February. Yeah. And so yeah, we arrived back at the front of the mill. So I hope you enjoyed that, peeps. And yes, what an acre, because as I say, just over yonder, very close, is the should I say, Grand Junction Canal. It's a bit, not much to see from this end, but I will actually take us down to a more picturesque part of the canal where they still repair the narrow boats. People live on the narrow boats as well, and there's a lot of friendly folk down there who I've gotten to know because I do mountain bike along the towpath quite a lot of the Grand Junction Canal. Yeah, so that's to come. There's a lot of history within like a sort of 2 square miles of here. There's an old remains of a Roman villa. I might do that one next. There's the legendary concrete cows of Milton Keynes. Yes, I will do those, but not today because it's a bit of a trek and I do have to do 1 or 2 things this morning. But I do like to sort of get out to these places when things have been too hectic. You know, you can come here early. It's still quite fresh. There's still dew on the grass. And yeah, I think it helps to sort of like gain a bit of perspective really, what with the craziness of the modern world. So there you go, from the historical world to the modern world, and I shall leave it there. Yep, so that leaves only for me to say, wherever you are, peeps, do stay safe. Whatever you're doing, do stay blessed, and whatever life brings, keep building. Bye for now.